What up, people? Welcome back to some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, so today I am going to revisit. Okay, that was weird. I'm going to revisit the Deskbot deck. Last time it was Deskbot Machina, and it was okay. So I redone it. I didn't even save the old deck to compare it. I just I overdid it. It had a bunch of Synchrons, a bunch of tuners, stuff like that. This time I went just straight Deskbot. All you're going to get in this deck is Deskbot except for the Synchro, or the extra deck. I'll go ahead and get into the profile so we can see what we're working with. We have Deskbot, Deskbot 8. It's a pendulum scale of 1, but it's a level 8. If it's a pendulum, the pendulum effect, you can't special summon monsters except for Deskbot monsters, and it can't be negated, which is nice. As a monster, this card gains 500 attack for each Deskbot in your graveyard. Your opponent cannot target Deskbot monsters you control with card effects, except this one. This card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. That guy's awesome. Really good, because Deskbots boost each other, so you'll see how it works. So we run 3 of those, because they're really good. Plus a pendulum of 1, that makes the whole scale really awesome. Then we have Deskbot 7, which is a pendulum scale of 10. Same effect, can't special summon except for Deskbot monsters. Or you can't pendulum summon monsters except Deskbot monsters. So this card gains 500 attack for each Deskbot card in your graveyard. Your opponent cannot, so if this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict battle damage. So they all have 500 attack. That's what sort of sucks, which is okay, that's fine. But with these 2 in your pendulum zone, you can special summon your whole deck, so that's awesome. So we run 3 of those, and the whole gaining 500 is fine. Now we get to Deskbot 04. Okay, Deskbot 4. If this card battles a monster during damage calculation, you can send 1 Deskbot monster from your deck to your graveyard except for 04. And if you do, this card gains attack and defense equal to the level of the monster sent to the graveyard by this effect by 500. So you could send one of these level 8s and gain 4,000 attack damage. And it can get even bigger. You'll see. If you activate this effect, your opponent takes no further battle damage this turn. If this card destroys a opponent's monster by battle, you can special summon 2 Deskbot monsters with different levels from your hand or graveyard in defense position. So, say you need something to get around something big, this is your guy. Now, there's 3 of those. Plus he's a level 4, so you can X into some of these level 4s, which is nice. Now we get to Deskbot 3. He's a level 3. When it's normal summon, you can special summon 1 Deskbot monster from your deck except for 3. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can target 1 Deskbot monster you control. It gains 500 attack and defense for each Deskbot monster you currently control until the end of the turn. This guy is like the one you want on the field at all times. So this guy can attack twice. Say you have a full board of Deskbots, 5 Deskbots, right? You activate his effect. Say you have 3 of those, 1 of those guys, and just something else, right? You have 5 Deskbots. Each one of these can activate that effect. And it gains 500 attack and defense for each Deskbot. So that'd be 3k. Then you do it another time, that'd be 55. You do it another time, that'd be 8,000. That can attack twice. That's insane. And so much damage. So that's why we run 3 of those. Then we have Deskbot 2. If it's special summon, you can have 1 Deskbot from your deck to your hand. All machine monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense. Except that one. So that just boosts the other Deskbots. So you could technically probably go down to 2 with one of those, but the deck runs well. I have test played it, and it runs really well. Then we have Deskbot 1. Okay, this card gains 500 attack for each machine type monster you control. If 2 or more machine type monsters are special summoned at the same time while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon it. So it's a good way to get an extra monster, and it's a tuner. I'm pretty sure he's the only tuner in the deck. Yeah. So that's mainly why you run 3 of them, is for the tuner. Plus you can special summon it from the graveyard. So that's a good thing. Then we have Double Summon. This card, I'm debating on whether or not to take it out. It could be huge, depending on what you get. You really want to get these guys out. That way you can just special summon everything. If you can't, you can double summon 2 of these, or, well, those I don't think you can get out. So double summon is just there to spam the field for the most part. Then we have Soul Charge. It does come in handy, it really does. Then there's 3 machine duplications. You can target most of the cards on, yeah, those you can't. But him you can. And that one you can. And that one. So you can target 4, 3, and 2. You can target all those to get those out. Then Foolish Burial, dump 01, or dump 1 to the graveyard. That way you can special summon it. Then I went ahead through 2 MSTs just to get rid of the back row. Alright, then we got Infernal Reckless Summoning. This is awesome for this deck. Okay, activate when one monster with 1500 attack or less is special summoned to your side of the field while your opponent controls a face-up monster. Special summon all cards with the same name as a summoned monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard in face-up attack position. Your opponent selects one face-up monster they control. Special summon all cards with the same name from your deck, hand, or graveyard. So it can backfire, but with Deskbots, I mean, if you can get all 3 of your 3s out, that's insane. So I run 2 of those. Then we got 1 limited removal since they're all machines. 1 United We Stand. Since you should be spamming the field, this should really come in handy. Then I got 1 Bottomless, 1 Mirror Force, 2 Trap Stuns, 2 Breakthrough Skill, 2 Call the Haunted, and 1 Solemn Warning. So this deck should be able to kill somebody in 1 turn. Stuff like this is just there in case you can't get the stuff. That's the point. But once this deck goes off, it should be really fast. Alright, then for the extra deck, we have Deskbot Jet. 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. This card gains 500 attack and defense for each Deskbot card on the field. You can only use one of the following effects of Deskbot Jet per turn, and only once that turn. You can target 1 Deskbot card you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon 1 Deskbot monster from your deck. So that could be handy. If you had this on the field actually, right, and you target it, destroy it, then you can bring it back. So that's a good thing. Then you can target 1 Deskbot monster you control and 1 other face-up card on the field and destroy them. So that's destroy their monsters and stuff. Yeah, why not? Then we threw in Trishula. It's a good beat stick, and it destroys a lot of things. So why not? And you can definitely pull it off in this deck. Then we have Crimson Blader. 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, your opponent cannot normal summon or special summon level 5 or higher monsters during their next turn. So it's actually a really good card. It's just you don't see too many people synchroing anymore. which sucks. Then we got Scrap Dragon. If you don't know Scrap Dragon, destroy one of your cards and target one other card. Destroy them both. Then we have Stardust Dragon. Goyo. If it destroys a monster, special summon to your side of the field, face up defense position. Natura Beast. While this card is on the field, you can send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard to negate the activation of the spell card and destroy it. So it's a good way to help control the field a little bit. Then we have Cataster. If it battles a non-dark monster, just destroy it. Armory Arm. Sorry, I can't. Once per turn, you can either target one monster on the field, equip it to this card, or unequip this card and special summon it in face-up attack position. While equipped, the effect that target. While equipped by this effect, that target gains 1,000 attack. When that target destroys a monster of a battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of the destroyed monster in the graveyard. So it's a good way of doing some extra damage with armor. And that's it for the synchros. I need a drink. I'm very sorry. That's so much better. Alright, then we get to the Exe monsters. So I went ahead and put Draco Sack in. We can pull off Draco Sack. Draco Sack's a good card, but I'm just not a fan of it myself, but it is a really good card. Then we have Thunder Charger. It lets you pierce. Then Big Eye. It lets you steal monsters. Then we have Dark Rebellion, which is always a good choice, especially if you run level 4s, which we do have. Then we have Gear Giant X. You can detach one material from this card to add one level 4 or lower machine type monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. When it leaves the field, you can target one level 3 or lower Gear Gia monster in your graveyard spell. So there's no Gear Gia monster in this deck, but it lets you lets you add level 4s from your graveyard to your hand. So that's a good thing. Then we have 101, just lets you steal monsters again. So it's a way, like, the extra deck has control in it. The main deck has just pure beatdown rage to it, is what it is. And like I said, this deck does run really well. So if you like what you saw, leave a like. If you want to see more, hit that sub button. But thank y'all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.